Welcome to this video, Cloud Risk Simulation. Moving to the cloud is like hiring a security guard for your building. They protect the building but won't lock your office door for you. Let's talk about your responsibilities. In this video, we'll walk through how to manage cloud-specific risks by simulating risk rankings, validating provider posture using ISO 27017, and generating actionable remediation plans. By the end of this video, we'll be able to identify common cloud security pitfalls, validate provider security posture effectively using ISO 27017 standards, and generate actionable remediation plans. One of the most misunderstood concepts when moving to the cloud is the shared responsibility model. It is essential to understand that while your cloud service provider is responsible for the security of the cloud, protecting physical data centers and underlying infrastructure, you, the customer, are responsible for security in the cloud. A common and dangerous pitfall is assuming that the CSP handles everything. This leads to critical gaps. For example, the provider gives you tools for identity and access management, but you must configure them correctly to enforce least privilege. They provide storage infrastructure, but you are responsible for encrypting the data you place there and ensuring it is not publicly exposed. Failing to understand and manage your side of this shared responsibility is a leading cause of cloud-based data breaches. So, how do you trust that your cloud provider is keeping its end of the bargain? You must move beyond marketing claims and demand formal evidence. This is where a standard like ISO 27017 becomes invaluable. This ISO 27017 is a code of practice specifically for cloud security, providing guidelines for the provider and the customer. When evaluating a CSP, you should ask for their ISO 27017 certification. This certification is an independent attestation that the provider has implemented a robust set of cloud-specific security controls and adheres to the principles of the shared responsibility model. If they are not certified, you can use the controls outlined in the ISO 27017 as a due diligence questionnaire to assess their security posture formally. This transforms your vendor assessment from a simple checkbox exercise into a rigorous evidence-based process. Conducting a risk assessment of your cloud environment is the first step. The true value comes from turning those findings into action. For every identified risk, such as publicly accessible storage bucket or an overly permissive access policy, you must create a clear remediation snapshot. This concise, actionable task should be logged into your management system. The snapshot must include a description of the risk, specifying corrective action required. For instance, apply encryption in transit policy to the production database, the individual or a team assigned as a task owner, and the firm deadline for completion. This process ensures accountability and creates an auditable trail, demonstrating to regulators and auditors that you are not just identifying risks, but are actively and systematically working to remediate them promptly. Consider developing Cloud Risk Calculator, a no-nonsense spreadsheet that turns abstract concerns into numeric heatmap your executives can actually read. Start by loading the shared responsibility checklist from ISO 27017. Then, mark each control with 3 numbers: likelihood of failure, potential impact, and strength of current mitigation. The sheet multiplies likelihood by impact to give inherent risk, subtracts mitigation strength, and flashes red when residual risk stays above your corporate appetite. Drop-down menus ensure consistent scoring, while conditional formatting highlights quick wins like tightening IAM roles or encrypting dormant S3 buckets. The visual dashboard immediately shows which remediation snapshots deserve funding this quarter. Once scores are locked, Export a sheet as PDF attachment to your risk register, so evidence is ready for auditors. Running this calculator quarterly keeps cloud drift visible and gives leadership a data-driven basis for allocating cybersecurity budget for every planning cycle. Let's do a quick recap of the key learnings covered in this video. In this video, we have learned that shared responsibility gaps expose critical cloud security risks, that customer-side controls must be configured and monitored diligently, that ISO 27017 provides evidence-based cloud provider validation, and that remediation plans and scoring tools drive accountable action. Now that you've simulated cloud risk scenarios, it's time to act on your findings. In the next lesson, we'll show you how to tailor security controls to align with your organization's top risks.